On the training ground, when you've got a situation like this, it must be difficult to keep heads up. How has the sort of spirit been amongst the players?
Do you know, it's been fine. There's a collective responsibility that we're not acceptable of where we're at. The players understand that. They got to understand what this club means to our supporters. And I've always said this is a special club with a special history. So it's about understanding that, but it's also getting the balance right to make sure that my players are confident in the next game, but also understanding the importance of how we perform and how we move forward from that. So it's been good. Like I said, I've not had a problem. The boys been training really well, and we've got to make sure that in moments in games, key moments in games, that we're not taking those at the top end, and then we lose a game Saturday where they have one shot on target, and I think 4 shots in total, 2 of those miles wide outside of the box, and we don't defend the set piece. So, and we've had a few occasions where we've let ourselves down in those moments, and I've used the word soft a lot, and we've just got to address that and make sure that the players understand that we can't be in those moments if you're going to win games at these levels.
It might just be a word, but you seem like you've got a really nice squad. Are they too nice sometimes?
I think we're lacking 1 or 2 other leaders into the team, and it'd be good to get 1 or 2 of those lads back, if I'm honest with you. I think every individual's personality is a little bit different, isn't it? Some want to shy away, shall we say, and others want to hit it head on. And the more you get players in the squad and in the team that want to hit it head on is key when you're not going through good moments like we're not. So nice set of lads. Yeah, take your point there. We have to be making sure that when we go out there at 3 o'clock on Saturday, that we have a side of ours that is ruthless in every department, and making sure that then that helps us to pick up more wins.
And that's probably true whatever division you're playing, and you need that ruthless edge, but particularly League One, League Two, you're going to come up against not always technically amazing players, but there are players that will do anything to win, and if you are not able to match that, that's where you can come unstuck.
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously being at Barnsley last season and being in the top 10 most of the season is a massive goal for me, from the top end of League One to League Two. I think the gap's got bigger and bigger. I think League Two, you can play well and lose if you don't do the basics of the game right. If you don't defend your set pieces, don't stop crosses, and be a bit soft, you can lose games. And I think certainly this season, in the last couple of months, that's what we've been. We've been a little bit soft. We haven't been as resilient as I want us to be in moments. And it's not like teams are having a barrage of attempts and they're well on top. It's not. We've been top on, certainly in the last few weeks in games, but not capitalised on that. So just got to keep working away, chipping away with the group, and we can't feel sorry for ourselves. I say it all the time. And like, football clubs are really tough when things aren't going well, but we can't become victims. It's important that we get ourselves reset. We do what we work on the training pitch. Then tomorrow it's about coming to fruition at 3 o'clock. Against a Notts County team that's obviously up there and got a decent manager like Pato a lot, and it'll be a tough game. But for me, it's about making sure that we're prepared for that and that we play the game in a confident manner.
You've been in the job and many different jobs long enough to know that what happens if you don't turn around situations. Have you had much contact with the owners in terms of that?
Yeah, regular contact with the owners, and fully supportive. I think we have a collective understanding that we know short-term, medium and long-term of where we need to be heading and what we need to be doing. But for me, I never not take accountability on that. For me, we've got to be winning games. You always have as a manager, head coach. There can be no sentiment, there can be no excuses. But trust me, I wouldn't be sat here if I didn't know that I was going to be the man to turn it round. And I'm excited for the future. Might not seem that now at the minute because we're having some tough knocks, but I am excited to where I'm going to be taking this. I didn't come back to ruin my second legacy of this comeback. I came back to be successful, and I'm giving everything, and my staff are giving everything to make sure that with that we're going for a really, really tough time of things at the minute. Thank the supporters for sticking with us, get behind us on Saturday, hopefully put on a performance they can be proud of. And make sure that the negativity around the place is solely on my shoulders to make sure that my group get winning football games. Because you look at any football club, that if you're not winning games, it becomes a pretty negative environment, and the only way you change that is by performing and winning. So working hard with the owners on that, regular communication with the owners and Ricky. We all understand where the situation we're in, and we all understand that it's up to me to get my team performing.
Yeah, and obviously long term is very different, but short term, is it just? Well, I'm sure you don't think anything beyond this Saturday and getting 3 points.
Yeah, listen, you a win. You want to be winning games. We got obviously Notts County, then we've got a couple of cup games, but we want to go into those cup games on the back of 3 points. We have to change. I have to change, shall I say, the negative environment. Like I said, you can only do that by winning. I mean, one of the pleasing aspects for me is that I know that the culture and the environment in the change rooms is a hell of a lot better, and the players taking accountability. No excuses from them, and that's what I want to be hearing, and that's what I want to be seeing, because that's important. Because if I've got a group of players in there that are kidding themselves or thinking it's acceptable, then we're in big trouble. But we're not, and they understand that, and they understand the hardest thing to do is to make sure that every single day we're at it with the intensity levels in training to get ourselves through this.
Which brings on to the last one I wanted to ask you. A couple of players that weren't in the squad last week because they weren't training well enough. Have you seen the reaction you wanted from that?
Responded really well, really good. So it's important sometimes players, when they're lacking a bit of confidence and they come off it a little bit in a training session, that they can't afford to do that. And it's important that I have a culture here that the intensity and the work that I expect in training is always at its highest. Now sometimes players come in, they might have an off day, it does happen, but the trained boys that was left out of the squad last week trained really well. The training standards been high, the intensity's been good, and I've got 18 players to choose again Saturday, so hopefully that they can represent the club in the right manner. We've got 1 or 2 coming back Saturday, which will be a nice boost as well.
Alfie, I guess when a team's on a run like you are at the moment, it's never easy. How are you finding just dealing with, I guess, the pressure of it all?
Yeah, I think we're feeling the same disappointment, the same frustration as the fans. But I think for us, it's just nailing down in training, doing things right still, and trying to put it right in the training pitch so it translates into the games.
Because sometimes with runs good as well as bad, the team are playing awfully all the time, and that doesn't seem to be the case. In every game, you're having spells, some of them quite long, where you're playing some good stuff. It seems you can't get over the line for whatever the reason. Yeah,
there's some games that we're putting in decent performances, and we're not coming away with the result, and that's what we have to try and change. We have to stick to what we're doing and be as positive as possible, but we need to change the results, really.
Yeah, because I guess it's one of those, isn't it? Each end of the team's putting pressure on each other. You can't keep clean sheets, and you're creating some decent chances, but at the moment they're just not finding the back of the net.
Yeah, I think it's about being better than the opposition in both boxes. Obviously, stopping goals going in, but we need to really score more goals and create more chances if we're gonna go and get 3 points.
And you're obviously one of the younger players. What's it like in that dressing room? Are the older players, the leaders of that dressing room, really sort of taking hold of you all?
Yeah, they are. There's a good balance of young players and more experienced players, and they're obviously helping us through what is a difficult time, so it's good to have them in the dressing room.
Yeah, so I suppose with these situations, sometimes playing at home, it should be an advantage. You've got the crowd there, but when you're on a run like this, it's, I guess, even more important to have a good start to get them back on side a little bit.
Yeah, we understand that the fans are really frustrated with how things are going, so with our performance Saturday, and especially the first 10-15 minutes, we can get them back on side and make a more positive going into the game.
And for you, because you've come here to get football, so it's great that you're playing a lot of minutes, but I'm sure you'd rather be doing it in a winning team.
Yeah, of course. It's nice for me personally playing more, but it's about the team and it's about winning games, so that's all I can really focus on, is helping the team where I can get 3 points in a game.
And it's not all that long ago you were on a decent unbeaten run, so it's the hope that you just get that one bit of luck, bit of quality, whatever it is, get the win, and then it can turn around quickly again.
Yeah, I think we obviously went through a really good run and now we're in a really bad run, so we know we've got the squad and the capability to put another good run together. We just need to find that form.
Yeah, and League Two, I think more than a lot of divisions, you get a real mix of teams you come up against. Some of them are very physical, very get the ball forward, all the rest of it. Notts County, probably not one of those teams.
No, I think they're more of a ball playing team, which is different to what we faced more recently, but obviously we've had a week to prepare and to train and to work towards what we're going to come up against.